What's going on, everybody? As you can see from my background, the title in hand, my shirt, we are on the Smackdown review, one of these final Smackdown before WrestleMania. As you can see from this little title here, that's a snippet of what you will see later on in my review. But they start off with the first match. Hold on. My bad. Hold on. I almost forgot there. But they started off with the first match of the night, which is Randy Orton and Kevin Owens versus Pretty Deadly. And this was a I was gonna say okay, then I was gonna say good, but then I was gonna it was okay. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with okay. This was an okay opening tag team match. Pretty standout. I know they worked over Randy in his back for a minute. They did his. I think I will remember correctly. I think they did his signature back drop onto the table like twice, but he would get his little payback. But yeah, the match would come down to Randy Orton dealing with Pretty Deadly on the out. He was getting ready to drop him on the table, but they would like beat up on him and distract him and the referee, while Logan Paul, who was underneath the ring, he would get in the ring and hit Kevin Owens, who was the legal man, with the brass knucks, and then get back out of the ring and go back underneath the ring. And Pretty Deadly would get the pinfall victory here. Afterwards, Randy Orton wanted to know what happened, how they lose to a team like Pretty Deadly, until he saw the footage of what Logan Paul did and realized Logan Paul was still underneath the ring. So Kevin Owens and the fans directed him towards the ring. They directed him towards the ring, and they would brawl. He would brawl with Randy Orton would brawl with Logan Paul for a minute, but then Pretty Deadly would get involved. But they would get a stunner and an RKO for their troubles. And then they chased Logan Paul to the back, who would get away in the car while Randy Orton stood there watching. Let's see. They did a little video promo where EO explains why they turned on Bayley and why they had to turn on Bayley and why her and Dakota felt the need to do so. I think some of the highlights of the where they were saying that Bayley was basically just latching onto them to make herself relevant, and she was saying that after WrestleMania, she hopes she never sees Bayley ever again. And before that, she says, "I regret." She said, "Once there was a time where I called Bayley my friend, but I regret that immensely." And then that's what she said. She hopes she never sees her again. But yeah, so next we got Jade Cargill. Jade Cargill will come on and basically do this was her promo, where this is her official appearance as a SmackDown superstar, which just turned out to be a contract signing of her signing the contract. And she tells Nick all this is about time. Nick Aldis did say some he said before we got to the Jay contract signing, he asked everybody how they feeling and they ready for WrestleMania, and he explains what his role and what his goal was as when he became general manager of SmackDown. But then that's when we got to Jade, and Jade was saying it's about time, Nick, and that she says that we have one of the best women rosters on there, but they're not Jade Cargill, and that she got another Reddit report for you. The storm has arrived. And then we got a backstage promo where Dakota Kai is interviewed, and she says she doesn't care about Jay because Jay has not done anything. Well, I forget what is my notes. Let me see my notes. My notes. Okay, yeah. Here we go. Yeah, she's interviewed backstage by Kayla Braxton, um, with damage control. I mean, with damage control by her side. Dakota is not impressed with Jade Cargill because she hasn't done anything yet. And EO will crush Brady's dreams at WrestleMania, and Dakota is looking forward to crushing and defeating Bianca in the middle of the ring tonight. Afterwards, Nick Aldis he runs into AJ Styles, informing him that LA Knight is not in the building tonight. Then we get the second match of the night, which is Austin Theory and Grayson Waller versus the Street Profits to see who will go on to take one of the final two spots at WrestleMania in this 6-pack challenge for the undisputed tag team championships. This was a good tag team match. But just like the first match, it just had that one element to it that was stopping them from being a great tag team match. But yeah, it was pretty good moments. The Street Profits though had the victory at hand. If it wasn't for the fact that on the Titantron, Karrion Kross has shown that Karrion Kross and Scarlett has beaten up Bobby Lashley and B-Fab, and Karrion Kross taunts the Profits for not being back there because they missing one hell of a party. There's Angelo Dawkins. Angelo Dawkins was like on his way to the back with Montez Ford getting ready to do the splash onto Austin Theory, but Austin Theory would get his knees up in time and roll Montez Ford for the victory, giving Austin Theory and Grayson Waller one of the final spots for the WrestleMania tag team match, the tag team ladder match, I should say. The final testament first of AOP will attack the Street Profits, then Scarlett and Karrion Kross, along with Paul Ellering, will make it down to the ring, and Karrion Kross will help attack the Street Profits. But then Bobby Lashley will make his way out to try to help the Street Profits. And for a time, he did fend himself off for a minute, but then Karrion Kross and them got the upper hand to stand tall. I'm trying to see what else happened now. Let's see. Bianca and Naomi have a backstage promo where Naomi just tells Bianca that she got her back. She got her back tonight, and Bianca says she understands that now that Naomi was doing the exact same thing she was doing the past 2 years. Now that, but she said now that she's here, they both can handle business with damage control, and Naomi gets her hyped up for the match with Dakota Kai. Let's see, we got the LWO promo next, where Santos Adam will come to the ring. I'm trying to remember if Judgment Day argued before or after. Actually, yeah, I was wrong. Before this actually took place, Rhea Ripley is called regard by Dominic's decision making. He just wanted to make her proud. He said, and make her proud and Judgment Day proud. Damian Priest mentions that WrestleMania is almost more individually important than the collective. This will bring Damian and Rhea into Oz, with Finn Balor applying and says that WrestleMania will be about the Judgment Day. I think this is like when Rhea asked like what did Damian Priest mean by his comments, and then Finn Balor tried to defuse the situation. Then we get to LWO. I'm trying to see So Santos and Don came out boosting about him beating Rey Mysterio last week, telling Don to the face that he was right, and that Uh, Dominic said he'll take every chance he could get to make Rey Mysterio's life a living hell. Um, well, he called him a deadbeat, and Rey Mysterio then will come out and basically challenge. He will challenge Dom and Santos to a match, a tag team match at WrestleMania, saying that this was divine intervention, that he get to be some respect into the two most despised men that the two men he hate and despise the most, and uh Dom mocks LWO, saying who was running down the LWO, saying who was gonna be the partner, but then Rey Mysterio reveals that it will be the newest member of LWO, Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee will make his way down to the ring, and they will have a face off with them, which resulted in a brawl when Zelina Vega and Elektra Lopez came into conflict. I think Elektra started something with her, and Zelina will slap her, and then they will start a brawl. Uh, with LWO standing tall over Santos and company. Then we got the third match of the night, which is New Catch Republic versus Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo for the final spot in the tournament. This was a fun tag team match. I enjoy watching Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate for the most part. And I do enjoy watching Humberto Carrillo and Angel Garza. Um, this was a good match. Good standard tag team match with the New Catch Republic taking the victory and taking the final spot in that six pack challenge. With now we got the whole entire teams ready for WrestleMania. Afterwards, Paul Heyman would tell everybody about what happened on Monday, saying that talking about how by orders of the tribal chief, when you hear those words, something is going to happen, and that's what happened Monday because Roman Reigns ordered that hit on Cody Rhodes, and The Rock and Cole carried it out, and Jimmy would double down on that fact by saying by the words of the tribal chief, by the orders of the tribal chief, um Jay doesn't make it to WrestleMania, and that next week on SmackDown it will be Little Brother versus Little Big Brother. And Solo says that I gotta take you out by the orders of the tribal chief. I'm gonna miss you, but because of those orders, I gotta take you out, and that you don't make it to WrestleMania. Um, LA Knight and AJ Styles we'll have a promo next where AJ Styles come out to the ring to talk about what happened, and he accused the fans of saying that it was the fans' fault that LA Knight did what he did, and that he could have had him arrested and miss WrestleMania, but he didn't do so because he wanted um LA to be at WrestleMania on the biggest stage so he could beat him on the stage and I guess humble him. But he says he knows LA is in the building despite what Nick Aldis said. So he looks for LA. He said he thought LA could have been the cameraman. Then somebody tried to run into the ring to attack AJ, and he said that was LA, but that turned out not to be LA. And security would take the man over the barricade and out the arena. And as AJ Styles was talking in the mic, saying that he's done with these games, as LA Knight, he's done with the games because at WrestleMania he won't be playing games where he knock his teeth out his throat. Turns out LA Knight was right behind him, as opposed to one of the security guards that was dealing with the guy, and they will get into a brawl. And LA Knight would get the upper hand, and he tried to hit him with a chair, but AJ ran out into the crowd. I mean, with LA Knight saying that AJ Styles is the biggest piece of human waste that he ever seen walking, because he tried to say he was nothing but trash. So that was his like rebuttal to that. And then at WrestleMania, he's not gonna show him. He's gonna tell him whose game it is. When everybody's saying LA Knight, yeah. and that was it. Then we got a little video package promo from Tiffany, and yeah, we will get the main event, uh, which is Bianca Belair versus Dakota Kai, and this was due to the ending. This was a good main event just because of the ending. The match itself was good. Though. I like the Dakota Kai and Bianca pairing. They paired good together in the ring. But yeah, this was a good match. This was a good main event. Um, Bianca Belair and Dakota Kai were back and forth. Dakota Kai did not look bad in this match. She actually looked at, even though you knew she wasn't winning, she didn't look bad. She didn't look bad, and but it was the story that it was doing afterwards. It's been now. Now the reason why I put these three names together is because it's been rumors that there's a possibly six woman tag match that's going to happen at WrestleMania with Bianca, Jade, and Naomi versus Dakota Kai, Io Sky. I'm not Io Sky, but Kairi Sane and Asuka at WrestleMania. And at first, I didn't, I wasn't. We wasn't. It was just like it wasn't really coming from like people or the major leaks or nothing like that. This was mostly just coming from like rumors or sources on Facebook or Twitter or whatnot, but it looked like after tonight those rumors were true. So Bianca would win the match with the kiss of death or the KOD, and then she would be attacked by Asuka and Kairi Sane with Naomi coming out to try to help her, but with the help from Dakota Kai, they would jump Naomi. They would jump Naomi and Bianca. And then Jade Cargill made her way to the ring. She came out, and I like it because she came out like Randy Orton, like the way she was walking to the ring, the way she came to the way she came from the back to the ring. It was like almost like a little bit of Randy Orton swag. She was like she'd been hanging out with Randy a little bit too much, but she would come in there and do an awesome pump kick to Asuka. She would do a power bomb to Dakota Kai, and she would use Beth Phoenix Glam Slam, which I'm told, and you'll hear it in my our Wrestling Pit podcast review of this, where Shane he explained to me that the reason why she has that move, she did it in AEW, but she had that move because Beth Phoenix was one of her trainers, and Naomi, and Bianca would stand tall to end the show. And then I think I heard afterwards too. I think it's a video on YouTube. I haven't checked it out, but I heard that the basic in the video, they all three women point to the WrestleMania sign. This was an okay episode of Friday Night SmackDown. They got some stuff done. It was I enjoyed it. It wasn't the best, but they got stuff done. They moved some story along. So I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. Big ups. That and the 7 really saved this from being like a 6 or lower. But yeah, nothing too bad, but nothing too like some stuff was just like we didn't really need to see. But overall, it didn't take away from watching it. But I would have preferred some of that stuff we didn't see. But it is what it is. But you let me know in the comments down below what you thought. And wait. Gotta put that. Here we go. Boy, my reaction, all you gotta do is hit this button right there for all of my wrestling or WWE, I should say, views. And if you enjoy the video so much you want to support the channel, all you gotta do is hit those buttons. As always, hitting on these videos for more of my amazing content, but they're going anywhere because I got more for you. Peace. Uh-oh. That was the wrong button.